Well, Joe, we're getting to that time of year where we have to start having kind of regular season MVP talks. And we're going to take a look at MVP Recon presented by ASTRO Gaming. And I want to touch on maybe some of the favorites for you. You know, you've got Cellium, Simp, Envoy, SlasheR, Shotzzy. There's a lot of players that we can consider. Is there one that's maybe a favorite for you right now when you go MVP talks?
You're gonna look at these stats. It's tough to say what Simp's doing with his sub can be beat, but I loved watching Cellium. He was my MVP at the start of the season when we were like told, okay, you have to pick an MVP of the year, and we all just sort of like, well, who are you gonna go with? And I went with Cellium, and I just think it's impressive what he's doing in every single game mode. Plus, he's doing it in a tough role, right? Like he's running the flex role. It's a role where you have to show up every game. If you don't perform well in that role, it is obvious.
And it seems we've been touching so much on you know, how we have all these brand new players, young players making a debut, but like Cellium hasn't been competing very long either. Like he's pretty new to this entire thing and already but playing like a vet with the numbers he's been putting up. But for me, yes, I do think you need to pick from like your Huntsman, your Empire, your FaZe, because your Florida, they're the ones winning tournaments. But SlasheR, man, still stands out for me because Optic had been so rough and they started so slow and so poorly, and you hear rumors about him bumping heads with his teammates, and you know how tough he can be, but he is leading by example in the gameplay front. Like he has been truly sensational and one of the best players in our league. I think he probably, I mean, they've got to get a win for him to firmly put himself in it, but he's been that good that you can consider. It's almost like when you have like I don't know, like an NBA Finals matchup, and like the losing team and a player that was so outrageous that you still like consider them to be the Finals MVP. Yeah. Like I almost consider SlasheR in the combo purely because he's just been nasty, man.
Yeah, and just taking a look at the rest of this list, like Shotzzy, if he continues to play at the level he's been at, like a lot of people are considering him the best player in the world right now, and there's still a few events for them, right? We're gonna see him here soon. If he can keep that up, who knows? Now you talk about maybe someone from Florida. We just looked at Skies and how ridiculous his stats were, can easily be put onto that list. So there's a lot of different ways that this could go with you know, just a few events remaining.
If you had to pick one player from Florida right now, who would it be?
Skies.
I think I'm with you.
I think Skies. He's just been so consistent. I know running him in AR, the stats are always going to look good, but we talked about it a lot with GodRx. Just he's doing it every single weekend, and that's what's tough.